This is video chapter 6, lesson 7. And so far we have learned how to solve by graphing. Where do the two lines cross on a graph? We've learned substitution. Solve for x or solve for y and stick it in for the other variable. We've learned elimination. Add or subtract something to get rid of the variable you don't want. And now it's time for a new method. We are going to solve systems of equations by using matrices. So we're going to start off with two equations, just like we've been doing, and we're going to end up with a matrix that looks like this. Notice there's a 1 and a 0 and a 0 and a 1. When it looks like this is like saying 1x, I don't have any y's, the line is my equal sign, 5, x equals 5. This one is like no x's, just a y. 1y equals -2. 5, -2 in parentheses is my location where the two lines cross. So we're going to start with two equations. We're going to end up with a matrix. Our goal is 1, 0, 0, 1. Whatever the two numbers over here are, that's our answer. So we're going to start right away with a question. Do you remember what I just said 10 seconds ago? Type in the answer. If I get down to this matrix, what is my answer? Did you type in 1, 6 inside of parentheses? This guy and this guy become my answer when I have a 1, 0, 0, 1. There are three things that you're allowed to do in order to get to our goal of 1, 0, 0, 1 with some numbers. You're allowed to multiply or divide a row by any number. So I can multiply an entire row by 2. I can divide an entire row by 3. I can multiply a row by -4. I'm allowed to swap rows. So I can make row 1 and row 2 change places. I'm also allowed to add or subtract rows. Okay, multiply by any number, swap them, or add and subtract. My first job is to make the augmented matrix. I take only the variables. I include negative signs. I draw a line for the equals, and then I write these answers over here. So I have -5, -5, and +3 and +6. That's my first row, row 1. There's a +1, a -1, and a +4. That's row number 2. Now remember, in this position, I want there to be a 1. And hey, this guy is a 1. So I think my first job will be to take row 1 and swap it with row 2. What I do every time is I write the directions. I tell myself, what am I going to do? And I look up here and I say, these are my directions, and then I write the new row. This is kind of like solving a Rubik's Cube or like a puzzle. It's like you just sort of keep twisting and turning until at the end, there you go, you have the answer. So let's swap them out and see what we get. All right, so I've now swapped them, and I have this guy in place, so I'm happy. The next one I'm going to work on is this number. So I'll just tell you that that's my strategy. I always get this guy to be a 1, then I work on this guy being a 0, then I come over here and make him a 1, and this is my last one to change. That's what I have found works really well, is to start here, then go here, then go here. So I need this to be a 0. Well, I'm allowed to add and subtract the rows. But right now, if I add or subtract, I would get either a 6, 1 minus -5, or I would get a -4, 1 minus 5, 1 plus -5. I guess you could think of it that way. So that is not going to get me to 0. In a dream world, kind of like in our elimination, wouldn't it be nice if this number was a 5? Then 5 minus 5 is 0. Well, how do I get this to be a 5? I multiply. So I need to take row 1 and I need to multiply it by 5 It's only a temporary multiply. It's not a forever multiply. So I think I'll go ahead and do that right now. Multiply by 5, multiply by 5. Yellow numbers are just temporary. Then I'm going to subtract row 2, because remember I wanted 5 minus 5. Actually, I'm not going to subtract. I'm going to add. Okay, here's where it gets confusing. If I subtract, I would be doing 5 minus negative 5, and I don't want that. I want 5 plus negative 5. So let's make that a plus sign. I'm going to take row 1 and add it to row 2. That's what makes this become a 0. Then, when I get this answer, I'm going to make that my new row number 2. Because remember, it's going to be a 0, and I'm looking for a 0 down on row 2. I don't want to do anything to mess up row 1 just yet, because I got that 1 right there that I liked. So here I go. I'm going to draw my brackets. 5 plus negative 5 is 0. Negative 5 plus 3 is negative 2. 20 plus 6 is 26. That became my new row 2. Row 1 didn't change. 1, negative 1, and 4 stays the original 1, negative 1, and 4. I mean, I could make it these numbers, but that doesn't help us. Remember, we're shooting for a 1, 0, 0, 1. Now let's look. We have two things in the right spot. Do you see how this is kind of like a Rubik's Cube, and you got colors on every side, and you say, all right, yay, all the yellow side is complete. Now I got to work on another side. It might mess it up a little bit, but then we come right back. Okay, so now I need this guy to be a 0. No, I need him to be a 1. Need him to be a 1. 1 here, 0 here, 0 here, 1. Okay, need him to be a 1. How can I make him be a 1? I can either multiply, divide, or add or subtract rows. Well, this will be the same. I've been doing this several times now, and it ends up always working out this way. It's to divide. Row 2 could be divided by a negative 2, and that would become my new row 2. Remember, I don't want to mess up row 1, and if I divide by a negative 2, it doesn't mess up my 0, because I don't want to mess that guy up either. I worked really hard to get these just the way I wanted them. Okay, so row 2 divided by negative 2. 0 divided by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by negative 2. 26 divided by negative 2. Row 1 didn't change. 1, negative 1, and 4. Look, we're so close. We have 3 numbers. I wanted him in that spot. I wanted him, and I wanted him. Now I need to do something to get this guy to be a 0, and then I'll be done. Well, could I divide? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Could I divide by something? Well, nothing. I can't divide and get a 0. Let's see. I can't multiply either. I think I'm going to need to add or subtract. Okay. I don't want to mess this up, but I need a new row 1. The whole point of this is I need a new row 1 that has a 0, has a 1 and then a 0. Well, if I did negative 1 plus 1 or negative 1 minus 1, I could add or subtract these rows. Which one of these options is going to get me a 0? This option. So that means I'm going to take row 1 and add it to row 2. Does that mess anything up over here? 1 plus 0 will still be 1. Doesn't mess anything up. So row 1 plus row 2 will be my new row number 1. Okay, so 1 plus 0 is still 1. Negative 1 plus 0 is, I'm not adding 0. Okay, let me start again. Negative 1, I know I did 1 plus 0 because I'm adding those two. Okay, 1 plus 0 is still 1. Negative 1 plus 1 because I'm adding these. Okay, now I got it. Negative 1 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus negative 13 is negative 9. Row 2 didn't change because my directions are telling me I'm making a new row 1, but I'm not changing row 2. So I still have 0, 1, and negative 13. And looky, looky, I have what I wanted. So my ordered pair is negative 9, negative 13. Let me zoom back out. That took us that much work. Do scratch work along the side. I think it helps to see the scratch work. So first we swapped rows. We made the bottom row be up on the top. That was this. Then we were trying to get this guy to be a 0. How do we do that? We wanted him to be a 5 so that we could do 5 plus negative 5. 5 plus negative 5 is 0. So we multiplied 5 times the first row, and then we added row 1 and 2. And it became our new row 2. New row 2. Row 1 didn't change. Then we worked on this guy. We divided by negative 2. We got 1 and negative 13. Then we added the rows because these were naturally going to be 0. Now, if they were not naturally 0, we could do the multiply trick again, but they were naturally 0. And then I got to what I wanted, and there's my answer. Your last question of the video, go back to this blue writing and tell me what this blue writing means. Put this in your own words, re-say how I said it. What directions are we telling ourselves right here in the blue words? Did you say take row 1 times 5, then add row 1 to row 2, but write the answer, the new answer, write the answer in row 2. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Row 1 times 5 plus row 2. When you get that answer, it's going to go in row 2 spot right there.